Hello and welcome to this podcast in which I will analyse and discuss the impact that social media has had on sport ever since its introduction into the sports landscape and industry. Social media is a powerful tool that can be used in a variety of different ways to influence and affect fans, athletes and sports organisations. Social media provides users with a platform to communicate and voice their opinions. Lindgren 2017. Social media has given sports organisations access to a larger audience, meaning they can reach new demographics through their social media channels and therefore expand and increase their fan base for their own personal benefit and gain. The popularity of sports teams and athletes, particularly those playing in the biggest and best leagues in the world, such as the Premier League and the NBA, has meant that everything that they share and post from their social media accounts will be seen by vast amounts of people, thus meaning they possess a lot of power in regards to the influence their social media platforms have. Anagnostopoulos et al. 2018. Recently, social media has come into its own in regards to its use and importance within the sports industry, as it has provided sport entities with the ability to interact and engage with their fans and followers during the COVID-19 pandemic. This was essential and of paramount importance given the fact that all sports events were cancelled throughout this period, leaving teams and athletes unable to interact with fans in person. This meant that many fan and team relationships crumbled during this period. However, those athletes and teams and sports organisations that turned to social media to stay connected with their fans maintained these relationships and in some cases even built upon them. Social media has helped foster fan engagement for sport entities by enabling them to communicate with fans on a 24/7 basis, regardless of location, therefore helping sports organisations establish and build their relationships with their fans. Doyle et al. 2020. Additionally, sports teams can use their social media accounts to share content with fans that they might have missed or ordinarily might not have been able to see, such as behind-the-scenes training videos and images, as well as glimpses and insights into how their favourite sports teams and organisations run and operate on a day-to-day basis. Lever et al. 2020. All of which will help increase fan interest and engagement levels, whilst also deepening the connection fans have with their favourite teams. Lindgren 2017 and Lever et al. 2020. Increased fan engagement stemming from social media will result in fan loyalty levels improving, with supporters becoming more fanatical, thus being beneficial for sports teams, as fanatical fans are very desirable for teams as they are the most engaged supporters and tend to spend the most amount of money with the team. Another way in which sports teams and organisations use social media to engage with their fans is by posting content for their supporters to interact with, such as hashtags, polls, quizzes and questionnaires, as well as allowing fans to choose and select who they believe has been the player of the tournament or match during and after the build-up to match days. This has also helped generate an enhanced interest around match days and upcoming sporting events. Athletes utilise social media in multiple different ways. One of these ways being that they can use their own personal accounts and platforms to give fans and followers a different perspective into their lives and personalities outside of professional sport. This has made the supporters feel as though they have a better understanding of the athletes and have a more personal connection with them, thus increasing the popularity of athletes. Furthermore, athletes and players use their personal social media platforms to influence how they wish to be perceived by the public, usually with the intention of enhancing their image and reputation. Anagnostopoulos et al. 2018. Athletes try to achieve this by sharing public relations work and initiatives that they support and are involved in, such as charities that they help and actions they have done to assist them, as well as any work they have done in the local community in which they are based and the team that they play for operates within. Athletes also tweet and post content that shows their commitment to the team and how they are striving for continued success. This is usually in the form of photos of the player celebrating with fans during a game, for example, after they have scored a goal. Hutchins 2014. Moreover, another way in which players use their social media accounts is by expressing their appreciation of the fan support. Once again, the purpose of these type of posts is to become a fan favourite athlete with a positive public perception, usually with the fan base of the team that they play for. Murphy 2013 and Lindgren 2017. In more recent times, with the immersion of social media platforms such as TikTok, Snapchat and YouTube, as well as the entertaining nature of social media and the impact that COVID-19 has had, athletes, teams and sporting organisations have begun producing and sharing more funny and entertainment-based content to their social media accounts. Bartle 2018. An example of this is players participating in viral challenges, such as footballers during the COVID-19 pandemic taking part in the toilet paper keepy uppy challenge to help engage and connect with their fans. This trend has come about as a way of helping athletes grow their social media platforms and accumulate a larger online following. Burgess and Green 2018. This is because sport entities have recognised that they can monetize their social media accounts through promoting and advertising products and services. With the money earned from social media being heavily influenced by the size of the following the account has, with the more followers the account has, the more money they can charge for their posts, with, in some cases, accounts with loads and lots of followers being able to charge in excess of £1 million or dollars for an advertising post. Lever et al. 2020 and Doyle et al. 2020. This has led to athletes obtaining extremely large online followings on social media, such as Cristiano Ronaldo, who is the most followed person on Instagram with 383 million followers, thus highlighting the influence and impact athletes can have on social media. So for instance, Ronaldo can promote his own clothing brand CR7 to a huge audience there. However, not all good stemmed from social media's growing involvement within sport. Its rise has brought about a few negative connotations, with the main one being the online abuse and harassment players and athletes have been receiving. Lindgren 2017. For example, if a player has a bad performance during a match, their social media accounts begin to be flooded and bombarded by trolls, usually from an anonymous account, so they can't be traced or tracked to discover who it is. These trolls comment or direct message the athlete, hate, personal abuse and chastise them about their performance, and in some cases even discover the family members of the players' social media accounts and begin abusing them and trolling them. An example of this online abuse on social media within sport is during the Euro 2020 finals, when England lost on penalties to Italy, with players Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Bukayo Saka all missing penalties in the shootout. Following this, these players began to receive online abuse on their social media accounts, with this abuse being racist, which there is no place for within any walk of life. These actions have proven to have serious negative effects and implications on athletes' mental health, with many players explaining how they are constantly trolled and bullied online through their social media, and in some instances causing many athletes and players to decide to retire from sport due to no longer wishing to receive the online abuse. Many campaigns and initiatives are now having to be put in place, with social media companies and sports organisations having to work together to try and prevent and eradicate online abuse from occurring on social media platforms. To summarise, I believe social media has had a profound positive impact on sport and has opened an incredible amount of doors for sport and opportunities that they can take advantage of. However, it does have its downsides as well, as mentioned. However, I personally believe that the upsides heavily outweigh the negatives, and a lot of work, and if work can be done to eradicate the negatives, then I believe social media can have a really positive impact in the future on sport and can be used to grow sport. I think it'll be really interesting to see what the future holds for social media and sport and the direction that their relationship continues to move in. And I'm going to pay close attention to what goes on in the next coming months and years. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts as well on what you think about social media and sport and their relationship, and whether you think it's been a good or bad thing for sport. So please comment your thoughts and leave what you think in the comment section below. I really hope you've enjoyed the podcast, and it'd be greatly appreciated if you would like and follow for more sports media content. Thank you very much.